Capricorn, hello. For those of you who've been here before, welcome back. And for those of you who it's your first time here, welcome. I'm Denise. This is Surrender to the Flow Tarot. I feel like I have water on my lips. I just took a drink. Today, I will be doing a general mid-monthly reading for the collective of Capricorn. So that's any placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, Mercury, whatever. They're all good, okay? They'll all work. The way that I do mid-monthlies is I break the readings down into decans. Decans are, every astrological sign is divided into 3 parts called decans. Depending on when your birthday is, determines which decan you fall into. So there's decan 1, 2, and 3. I will pull initially 1 card for 1, 2, and 3. I'll read what's on the split and on the bottom, and that'll go for all 3, and then I will clarify and do full reading for decan 1, decan 2, decan 3. You don't need to watch all of them. I recommend watching all of them because they all tell different facets of one truth. So it's just more detail for it to resonate better with all of you, you know what I mean? I will have timestamps in the description box below with the decans, the dates, and the timestamps. So if you only want to watch yours, you can. If your Capricorn placement is in any placement other than your sun sign, listen to the decan that your sun sign is in. So whatever decan your sun sign is in, the rest of your placements are the same, okay? Okay, so the question we are asking the universe is, what can you do right now to raise your energetic vibration for right now for the remainder of the month? And we are starting with tarot. We're using the Linestrider. And we'll be absolutely clarifying either with the Elle Qui, which is Oracle, or Tarot. That will be determined in the course of the reading. I do what I'm told, as long as it is in alignment with my highest vibrational good, right? All right. So I recommend watching from right now, up until I start to clarify decan 1. After you know all the cards, you'll have a better idea if you think the whole thing is going to resonate with you, or which ones you think you should watch. You know what I'm saying? Because you might not even resonate with your decan. All right, are you ready, Capricornians? Ooh. I don't know. I might keep this as an overall. This hasn't happened yet. The 5 of Cups. I'm going to just move it over to the side and see. But I'm not, because I kind of feel like it should. It's going into the reverse, which is where you would want that to be, in the reverse. Okay, let's try this again. Might not be relevant. Oh, it's telling me to put it back in. Okay. That is a card. I'm just going to talk about it since it did come out, whatever. So 5s are like, well, everything is 2 things, right? All the cards. But 5s are action, that you take, like mental action, right? It's a processing. It's emotional. It's emotional action, like how you process conflict, sadness, disappointment. Do you know what I mean? So the 5 of Cups is that. It's something has happened at some point in the past. Probably, it could be very far back, but it's not necessarily recent. And it was devastating, sad to you. It's almost always because of a betrayal, but that can be like loosely defined. You know what I mean? A betrayal of some sort, of some kind of trust that you had there, and an idea of what you thought that was obliterated, And so it was so heavy that you're still carrying it with you. Like it's still part of you and you're identifying as it to some degree. Like so I don't know if people understand what I mean when I say that. So identifying as your sadness can look like giving up, having no hope, saying, I pick terrible people. Do you understand what I'm saying? These are all trauma responses, not who you are. You understand? Things like that. So what also goes along with that feeling, it's this feeling where you're still there's still a yearning for it to be the way it was when it was not a disaster, when it, you know what I mean? I just lost my thought. Hold on. I know you guys are yelling at the screen. Hold on, let me see. Thank you. Self-medicating. How the action of this card too is self-medication. That can be anything. It's anything that you think helps anything that numbs the pain, anything you do, because you'd rather do that than feel the pain. Or it helps with the pain, but it's a temporary, it doesn't really help. It's not healing you. You know what I mean? Or anything that distracts you from the pain. So, okay, there's that. We didn't even get into the cards yet. Deacon 1, I didn't tell you guys your deacons. December 22nd to the 31st. Deacon 2 is January 1st to the 10th, and Deacon 3 is January 11th to the 19th. I will say them again, so don't worry. I'll say them a couple more times, each one. Deacon 1, the star. So the star is what happens when the universe acknowledges that you have been through an inordinate, incredible amount of unfair shit has been put on you. Some of it is things that you're doing, but it's also what other people are choosing to do, because the universe has, you know, there's a wheel of fortune, right? There's a predestined or whatever. There's an outcome already. And the universe sends us the energy. Oh my gosh, my brain is all over, it's all scattered. Right, okay, so everyone has free will. And so we don't always line up with the wheel. And sometimes if we're really stuck in our humanness, we can do really terrible things, you know, to other people. So the star is the reward for having to deal with all of that for so long. But it's also still, it's not a test, but it's saying it's coming. So there's still some more you have to heal up. You're so far, and just keep it. It's so soon. Like it's soon. It's faith. It's using faith as a compass, right? Oh, well, that's temperance, but it's also the star too. You have to apply temperance to the star because it's coming, but it's like not today necessarily, but it's soon. You feel me? Okay. Still no cards out. Deacon 1, 22nd, 31st of December. The Knight of Cups. That's lovely. Well, we'll see, right? That is a message of love. And what is underneath that, what underlies that, is an open heart, is the willingness to be open and vulnerable. So we'll see what that is when we get into it, okay? Deacon 2, January 1st to 10th. see what that guy is. The Five of Pentacles. Okay, the Two of Cups. Look at that. These are things that you can do to raise your energetic vibration. So it's going to be about, for the Knight of Cups, being in an open, vulnerable state and opening your heart up to someone, or accepting an offer, I guess, right? But it's that base. This one is, the Two of Cups is, you've already done the work from the Ace of Cups. All of the aces are the beginning of your next path, the next part of your life journey. It's the very beginning of a specific track you're going to go in. Track. You feel me? There's four, right? Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. So this is Ace of Love, unconditional love, Ace of Creativity, Wands, inspiration, fire, passion, shininess, like outwardly shininess, not being afraid to take up space and protect those that need it and encourage people, right? What did I say? Swords is enlightenment. It's truth. It's being truth, seeing the truth, knowing the truth, living in the truth, valuing the truth and integrity, and being able, it's third eye and crown, but it's third eye. So seeing, right? And then, did I miss one? Yeah, Pentacles is the beginning of the building of your legacy, and that encompasses everything. Your lifestyle, the kind of partners you need, equal. Pentacles have a sense of responsibility for the earth, for humanity. Do you know what I mean? And so they actively build into that. So that's in there too. I feel like I'm trailing off and it doesn't really matter. So you feel me though. Okay, so that's all of them. So the Ace of Cups, which comes before the Two of Cups, which is what you got, is the building up of your energetic reserve. It is the opening of your heart, the decision to do it. It's doing it. It's the beginning of your, or if you've already had this, it's the it's the deepening of your relationship with Source first, how that manifests, what Source looks like, what it feels like, that it's real, that you are Source, what that means for you, what you can do, what seeing Source in everything, you know what I mean? And for this, so it's always that in all of the aces, and then it's whatever the element is, it's that specifically. So for this, it's unconditional love. It's being unconditional love. And at the same time, because they go hand in hand, because your heart talks from your intuition, not your mind. So you have, it's developing both simultaneously. That's what the ace is. The two is you are there, and that you are there. You've maintained it. Doesn't matter. You don't have to be perfect, but you're there and you've been maintaining it. You could be a sapling. You could be an adolescent tree. I don't know, but you feel me? Or a mature tree. You could be anywhere around there. You're there. Your heart is open, and there you have met someone whose energy connects with yours in a deep way, not on all of the levels, sexual, emotional, mental, physical, all of those that you feel it, because they are actualized too, equally to you. And whatever ways that you're unequal, they're not they're not significant, and you are meant to immediately simultaneously uplift each other. You are in that place in the flow where you're able to do that, right? You follow me? You make an offer to someone. So like the Knight of Cups is a message and an offer, and the Two of Cups is the like is the mutual consent from both of you to explore this new third thing together that you're making. Okay? The progression of this is dope. All right. Did you see how like all the deacons flow into each other? All right, Deacon 3, January 11th through the 19th. The Four of Cups. It's like diagonal, and it's heading into the reverse, which is where you want that one too. But the Four of Cups, all cups, first of all, Capricorn, you are an earth sign. This is all waters. This is clearly all about unconditional love, right? Being in every aspect for you, but it's specifically relationship. The Four of Cups is withdrawal, a pause, because of trepidation, hold on. Because you're not sure about something. Because, and that, it's, oh, how do I explain this feeling exactly? Let me show you the card again, because I feel like this card really illustrates what it really feels like. Trying to not get the glare, but I think it's impossible. Okay. It's because that you're not sure if you want to put your time into what this offer is. And there can be a variety of reasons why. It could be because the offer is coming from someone who hurt you before, and so you're not sure yet about it. You're open to it, but you need to know more. You know what I mean? It can go on every level. So let's see what's on the split. The Lovers, imagine that, Capricorn. And the King of Pentacles underneath that. And the Four of Swords underneath that. So everything kind of holding this is self-care, is intentional self-care. So we all have an energetic reserve, right? And we need to keep our energetic reserves full, because we can't give from our energetic reserve. We can, if we do, it depletes us, it drains us, and we're making the choice to do that. You give from your overflow and you preserve your reserve, right? The Four of Swords is all about healing. It's about intentionally doing that, making sure that you're preserving it. It's in a state of preserving, and maybe you need to refill it a little. The King of Pentacles is you, probably. Capricorn is the Queen of Pentacles, but we'll see. Okay, but it is the ultimate partner in every way. In every way. 100% for real, in your face, right there with you. Not going to give up. Completely values what you have, and is committed and has done the work to show you the investment. Everything comes together with the King of Pentacles, and he's super fair, right? And super generous, because he always has an overflow. And Pentacles, they come from the work you put in and the alchemy you make. You are master alchemists, because you are taking all your earth signs. You're taking all of the esoteric knowledge that you know, and it comes through you The way it vibrates, it comes through that you have to make something with it. And you make your life or your artistic or your whatever it is, you make it happen in this world. You feel me? You alchemize it. Okay. And then the Lovers is the Soulmates card. It's the Two of Cups is the minor, is the mini Lovers. This is minor arcana. This is major arcana. That's when you both are, again, fully actualized and you are committed to the care and keeping of your relationship with Source and then your relationship with self and the third thing that you made together. That's union of a beautiful, beautiful, powerful union, okay? And on the bottom is the Seven of Cups. All these cups, literally. What's under the Seven of Cups? The Five of Swords, the Empress, the Star again. Okay. Who is the Empress, Capricorn? The Empress is Libra or Taurus, but it doesn't have to be either one of them. And it could be you. But whoever it is beautiful. The Empress is all four queens. The Emperor is all four kings. Powerful, strong, gentle, intuitive, brilliant, physically will kick your ass too, right? Verbally can stop you. See, you know, is everything. So you have one of those in your life. And it might be you, but I don't know. Okay, the Five of Swords is before that. And then the Seven of Cups. Okay. So this, from the underlying, usually illustrates like what's currently happening for you. Either just happened in the past, but it's still spilling into the now, right? Okay. There is indecision happening, and part of why that's here. Maybe you feel a little overwhelmed by the choice or the idea of this relationship or love in general. That overwhelmed, like that hesitancy is coming because of self-deception, because of a way you're framing it. You understand? All right, so now we're gonna start Deacon 1, 22 minutes in. You gotta love that. Phew. I'm gonna drink water first, and then we're gonna clarify the Knight of Cups. Let's do an Elle Qui, because they're really good for like illustrating the inner thing that's happening. We might not need to do tarot, but we might, but we'll figure that out when we get to that point. The Nine of Cups for Deacon 1, which is December 22nd to the 31st. The Knight of Cups. What else can you tell Capricorn and those who resonate with Deacon 1 about how they can use the Knight of Cups to raise their energetic vibration? Perpetua, she who aches, sadness, solitude, silent withdrawal. That's beautiful, huh? These cards are pretty beautiful. It's on the split. She who emerges, Kamala, enlightenment, mindfulness, rise up. This is taking back your self-worth. This is the lotus. She comes out of the mud. Remembering who you are, believing in who you are, letting yourself believe. And on the bottom is she who surrenders, Estefania, chains, bondage, and release. These are both Five of Cups, like identifying with the sad and being the reason why you are being the reason why you are stagnant. Let's read Perpetua. So sounds like what it's going to be is the actions you can take in order to get to the Knight of Cups energy. Does that make sense? Perpetua epitomizes the silent despair sometimes felt when you are separated from something or someone you love. That's a really good way to describe the Five of Cups, actually. Gosh. In her heartache, Perpetua has chosen to withdraw into her garden, hushed with snow. Remember, the Four of Cups came out for Deacon 3, so that's a hold-off of an offer, right? In her hands is her journal where she pours out her pain. Her faithful magpie bears a gift, but she doesn't see it. The gold ring in his beak goes unnoticed, as do the sheets of paper she has cast aside. If only she would see the beauty around her in the quiet trees, in the kindness of a friend, in her ability to create, then Perpetua might break through her own sorrow. She tries to cover her pain in layers of gorgeous fabric, but when she keeps herself from others, she remains in this solitude of sadness. So this is lifelong probably for you on some level. The origin of this goes all the way back to a core wound that still needs healing. It might even need discovering. You know what I mean? But it's still in the shadow. And so what needs to be happening is the light needs to be shown onto it, and then they need to integrate. The message of this card is you may be needlessly mired in your own grief. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. Now I know why the Five of Cups came out and I said all that about it. It's because this is still a really strong thing for you. Like, I think you're mostly out of it. Let's say you're like probably 75% out of this. But some of you may still be really like 30% or 5% in it. You know what I mean? Make sure you're doing the work that must be done so you can escape this wintry garden of frozen tears. While it can be hard, you can rise from your place of detachment. Writing is a good thing, even if it's a letter you write but never send. Consider starting a journal if you haven't already. Free yourself by releasing the words racing through your mind, and do not ignore offers of help and assistance. They may come from unexpected allies, faraway places, or even a close neighbor who's as chatty as a magpie. Your sadness will be alleviated, and you will begin to move forward if you share parts of yourself again. That's literally the Knight of Cups, sharing parts of yourself. Also, a really good way to describe that. Soon you'll be able to look back at your footsteps in the snow and see how far you've come. Okay, so here are things that you can do right now. Here are questions to ask yourself. What is the root of this unhappiness? The root. What have I done to begin to dispel my despair? What is one more thing I can do to feel better? So there you go. That's what you can do for those of you who resonate with Deacon 1 to raise your energetic vibration. Look back at your core wound, right? You know, that's heavy. But you, most likely, everybody coming here has already done that. Already knows, but it might need to look a little deeper in how all the ways it's showing up, the hurt is showing up for you now. Do you know what I mean? To do that, to do the work, and to the end goal being sharing, right? What was it? And sharing an offer of love. I knew I would forget. Share parts of yourself again. Share parts of yourself again. You feel me? Okay. That's powerful. I'm going to write that down right now. Okay. Deacon 2, January 1st to 10th. Okay. So, for those of you resonating with this, looks like you have already done the opening. You're in the flow of processing of healing. You're at a place where like your frequency is maintaining. So, and for those of you in Deacon 1, this is what you're coming into. You feel me? This is the next phase for you. And you probably parts of all three of these. That's how I think that all the readings have been showing up. That you can resonate with at least some part of every deacon. Okay. This is the offer. It's so exciting, Capricorn. The Lightseers want me to do that? Hold on. Okay. The Lightseers. We're going Lightseers. Deacon 2, January 1st to the 10th. So this is not, whoever this is you have been actively investing together, spending time together. This is, you're both on the same page. This isn't an uneven. You might not know exactly what they're going to say. Like when you're like, hey, you want to be my partner for, you want to be my whatever. But you have a pretty good idea. You know what I'm saying? It's not like someone who's like out there somewhere. It's someone who, it could be someone you're split from, but you're both equal in energy. Do you understand where you are? Because you're showing up as this and you're consistent. So just to keep that in mind. Okay. What can you show those folks who resonate with Deacon 2, January 1st to 10th, about how they can use the Two of Cups energy to raise their energetic vibration? The sun is coming up. It's early. I'm going to split this. It's a lot to hold and shuffle. The Eight of Pentacles, that's Master Alchemist, beginner's mind to yourself, really diving in deep and really getting to know, being skillful at transmuting the energies and recognizing the energies and channeling the energies and staying grounded. You feel me? The Chariot. Oh, that's success. Look, that's the light and the shadow. Here's the, what do you call it? The driver. There's no reins. No reins. Why? Because, first of all, this is the Cancer card if you have Cancer, but it doesn't. But all of these cups, right? This is so huge for you, Capricorn. It's a Jedi, it's a mind meld. It's like, I don't know if that's it. It's like being a Jedi. It's being psychically in tune. So much so that that's what's driving everything, right? It's being fully present with your intuition. Everything I just said about this, about like describing where you were and the balance of your partner. You have integrated your light and your shadow sides. They are friends. You know how to use them. You not use them, but how to use them. You feel me? The way that, in a way that honors them, the energies that they are, and the energy you are, right? And it's using all of that. What do you call it? Force is not the right word, but momentum. It becomes like a it's when the way it's vibing frequency through you is like you need to move, right? you need to take action. And that's what this is saying to do. You're going to keep going on the path to getting to being in alignment. Your masculine and feminine side, your shadow and your light side, right? All of those like happy, you know what I mean. And then you're going to have an offer. You're going to make the offer. The moon, which is also Cancer, but it can also be Pisces. It's on the split. The devil underneath that. Okay, hold on. We're going to look at that. On the bottom is the Fool. Hold on. And the Emperor. Remember the Empress came up? So here's the divine counterpart. This also Aries, and the Fool is also Aries. Doesn't mean that it doesn't have to matter, but if it does. Whoever embodies the Emperor energy, which is divine masculinity, that comes from balanced divine masculine and feminine, and what that means. The Emperor is every king in their upright, right? You can go in the reverse. But whoever embodies that energy is about to take a leap into the Ace of Cups, right? The Ace of Pentacles, into all of it, fully in there, because you don't know how everything's going to play out. That's the moon, like, but you are in tune with your intuition. There's still a little bit of, oh, interesting. Okay, under the moon is the devil, and under the devil is the Two of Cups. And under that is the Knight of Wands, which is Sagittarius, if you have any Sagittarius in your chart. So it could be that in the past you've been 1 foot in, 1 foot out, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, for whatever reasons, not fully committing to one thing, committing to the energy while it's there, like, but not adding to it, just going with the ride of it. And then when it tapers out, so do you. But that's because you weren't present. But that could be part of what you've done in the past, right? Or also that could be tied into you having a need, desire for control, what's coming out, and a need to know how things are going to be in a way that hampers you. If you don't know the specifics, you can't move forward. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like that. Because needing to know how things are going to be sometimes, I don't think that's necessarily always a negative thing. Okay, so the momentum you feel when you get to that point, that's the time. That's when you make the offer. Because I think it's you. I think you have an Empress, and you are the Emperor energy. I'd love to know in the comments, but, you know, whatever. Doesn't matter either way. My goodness. All right, we're going to go to Deacon 3. Do we need? No, I don't think we need. Okay. Deacon 3. That's the timestamps. It helps when I remember to write them down during. Okay. 4 of Cups, Deacon 3, January 11th to 19th. You're going from open, pause. Open but paused. So let's see why. We'll pull tarot on that. Okay. Let me reshuffle. We'll use the Lightseers. Wait, you want me to use a different one? Okay. The Muse. Made by the same person. Okay. Now I hear the field in my head, but okay, what can you tell the folks, Capricorn folks, and folks who resonate with Deacon 3, January 11th to 19th, about how they can use this 4 of Cups energy to raise their energetic vibration? This one might be a little too big too. Sometimes my hands can do it, sometimes they can't. Usually they can't. It's hard. Both in reverse. The Page of Voices, which is Swords, and the Hierophant. Okay. Yeah, the Seven of Voices is on the split. And the bottom is the Ace of Cups. Of course. And the Five of Cups on the other one. I think I'm going to pull one more, but I'll use the... Okay, I'm going to use the field for that. Oh, I'm so hungry. I'm hungry. The Six of Swords and the Queen of Wands fell. Just FYI, I don't know that it really connects, but if that means something to you, I'd love to know in the comments. Because that stuff helps me know if I should say those things or if they're just nothing. Do you know what I mean? So much stuff is coming through my head all the time, and a lot of it is really weird, obscure stuff. I don't know what it is. You know what I mean? And I didn't know that not everybody's mind works like that. I just figured that out. Okay. All right. Okay. What it feels like and looks like is that whoever this offer is being made to can't accept it until a wrong has been righted. Trust has been restored. There's no like looking over your shoulder or like checking a phone or like checking social, you know what I mean? There's trust. The trust, you don't have to do that because both parties have shown that they're equally invested, right? It's equal. There is a recognition of that this is probably a twin flame relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a soulmate relationship. It's very powerful and it's very deep and it goes way back. But there was some kind of betrayal of trust that happened. And it was a betrayal it was a betrayal. It was something unexpected by one party, but the other one knew it was coming. You know what I mean? So that's underneath all of this. So your path to, for the Ace of Cups is halted right now. It's really cool because it feels like you've been on your both separate paths, and then this new one is the one for both of you together. Do you know what I mean? The Queen of Wands is underneath that. A lot of Aries, if that's relevant. I don't know that I need to pull one more. I'll pull one more. What else? What final... What is it that Capricorn needs to know? Those who resonate in Deacon 3. I'm hearing, hold on. Okay. Okay. This is really... Competition is coming up again. It came up under here, under the Emperor. Comparing yourself is your downfall. It is what is the major factor in keeping you stuck and lower. It's what's blocking your intuition. the most. That's the area to work on. You feel me? Feeling like you're in competition, however that looks for you. What came out is the Ten of Cups sideways, heading to the reverse. So, but that goes with everything else. Harmony, right? This is, the cups start at 0 and end at 10. That's the completion of it. That's when you are in, you've got everything. You've got everything. And it's real and it's been maintained. You feel me? And what's blocking it is still that heartache. King of Cups is coming up under that, which is Scorpio, but doesn't have to be. But if that's relevant. It's a heartache it's heartache, right? I'm feeling like emotional abuse a little bit. Like there might have been a little bit of that in there. Some kind of, well, emotional immaturity. I'm not sure how that manifests, right? So again, it's to work on that. Be aware of that part of you, that competitive part, or however that manifests for you. Of feeling like you have to fight. You know what I mean? Fight for everything. Look and see what is actually a battle and what isn't. We'll pull one Elle Qui for you. Yeah? Let's do that. Where the heck are they? I don't know. Here they are. There's so much stuff happening. You can't see it. You can't see it. That's funny. Yeah, you can only see the one clear space. The rest of it, not clear. Okay. Here we go. Elle Qui. This is for Deacon 3, but it's for all 3 Deacons because this is the same story. You feel me? And why I do Deacons is because if I didn't, and I just did a general reading, I would have only pulled one of these. Do you know what I mean? It would have been one reading, not all 3 aspects of it like that. Okay. Ready? She who becomes Eterna, metamorphosis, transcend, journey. I love this card. That's fully embodying your true authentic self. And it shows up because you have some talents, gifts to share, and you haven't shared these or as deep as you could yet so far in your life. And this is saying it's time, right? Enid, she who doubts, fear, wariness, trust. It's that 5 of Cups coming up again. She who whispers, Conchicha, secrets, confessions, confidant. About opening up and being vulnerable and or taking responsibility for wounds you've inflicted, you know what I mean? Pain you've inflicted that have caused wounds or imbalances of energy. It could be different things. The bottom is she who flies, Valaris, dare, do, reach. Okay. We will start with she who doubts, Enid. Enid is learning how to let go of mistrust. Boom. She has scars, both visible and invisible, that have held her back from living fully. She carries an ornate emerald pendant, which is said to promote the truth. So if you have emerald, or you can get emerald in any way, or even wear that color, think about working with it. It calms the wearer and restores self-esteem. Even though Enid is young, she knows that allowing doubt to hold her back will only harm herself. With the cautious eye of a wary doe, Enid ventures back out into the world. The message of this card is to examine your own doubts. We all have been injured by life in one way or another. If we continue to hide in the shadows, then we allow those who did us injustices to win. Now is the time to let go of old misgivings and learn to trust again. Wariness is not a bad thing unless you are using it to give yourself permission to hide from life. Put on a trusty talisman, slip your scarf from your ears so all your senses are engaged, and trust in your own unique power. The questions to ask are, who or what am I hiding from? How do my fears limit me? Where do I need to place my trust? And then we'll read Polaris. And then we will wrap it up, Capricorn. I'm going to drink water. Hold on. Polaris, she who flies, locks eyes with you, and you know they are the windows to your soul. What do your eyes tell you when you peer into a mirror? It's funny, the sound from the truck. Our lovely wild woman holds you in her gaze, challenging you to ponder what your own animal self might answer. She is the feminine spirit of Icarus who dared to fly so close to the sun. The bird skull represents the thought of going too high. It serves as a reminder of what can happen, but the feathers point out the wild soul call to fly. The message of this card is don't hide from your dreams, seeker. Do give into crazy flights of fancy. Spread your wings as wide as you dare. That Eterna card about showing up in your true authentic self and sharing your gifts, right? Being that. Also listen to the advice of those who may have also dreamed, also flown, and survived the fall. Remember, many great things have come about because of those who dreamed but failed. Your failures propel you forward toward your successes. Now launch yourself, dreamer. Spread your big, wonderful heart so your soul can take flight. Don't fear the fall, embrace the flight. Questions. What is my loftiest dream? What is the worst thing that could happen if I went after my dream? What is the best thing that could happen if I went after my dream? So there you go, Capricorn. I hope that this helped. I hope it helped. Thank you for coming and sharing your energy with me. And thank you for holding space for me so that I could attempt to translate the messages coming through for you. I will see you in about 2 weeks at your March monthly reading. Until then, bye-bye.